This is Harry Paden. I'm the host of the Irvington Now Show. Today I have a special guest, and that's Miss Donyale. And we're going to speak about the reason she's here. And as I say sometimes I forget to say it in the beginning of the show, call a friend, call a neighbor, particularly if you're raising young people, teenagers, young adults, because it is a subject that will be about them. So please call that friend or neighbor and tell them to tune in. Hi, Miss Donyale. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Yes, pleased to meet you and glad to have you as a guest of the show.
Thank you so much.
And I told you when I first saw your show, you have that Holly Berry look, so you know that's a great thing,
Everyone's
right?
starting to say that. Yes, that's a big compliment.
Right, yes. Now, Miss Donyale, can you give our audience some background information on yourself?
Okay, well, like you said, my name is Monique Donyale. I'm a CEO. I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I have been for probably 27 years now. I have a beautiful daughter named Champagne Marte. She's attending New York Film Academy. I also launched my makeup and skincare line and hair extension line on June of 2015. That's online as well, and I also have an online boutique at MoniqueDonyaleCollection.com. And presently, I launched Forgotten Pieces and my publishing company, MoniqueDonyalePublishing.com.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
That's great to know. And I'm going to have to, I do research for the show. I'm pulling out my glasses, so if you guys see me going in my pocket, I'm going in my pocket to pull out my glasses because I'm not any good without my glasses, so
Okay.
that's what's happening. But I'm going to have to do some research. I didn't do research on this, but you say you've been at it for 27 years. I find that hard to believe. I'm just, the numbers don't match, with the face and everything, but I'll do the research after and I'll get back to you guys.
Okay. Yeah, I've been in the beauty industry for a long time. I had a whole bunch of salons, maybe 5 or 6 salons, and now I just have one salon in Willingboro, New Jersey.
Okay, great. Now that we have some of your background, know something about you, what is some of your professional background that leads up to the authoring of the book Forgotten Pieces?
Okay, well, actually, it was my daughter. My daughter and her friends. Like, our house was the home where everybody came to. They sat down, talked, played games and stuff. So they would always say, once they became seniors, well, Mommy Mo, they call me Mommy Mo, what are we going to do after high school? We know we're going to school, but we're nervous. And they had a whole bunch of questions for me. So I would sit there and I would answer my daughter along with her friends. Then I said, well, you know what, why don't I put it in the book? Because I'm sure if they have this many questions, it's a whole bunch of other young adults that are high school and college age that have the same questions.
Yes, that's great to know. And, it is funny because my daughters now, they're in their 40s and, now I'm with the grandchildren.
Oh, okay.
But our house became the same thing. It was always a bunch of kids always in the house. And, me being a single dad at the time, it was a good thing because it kept them company.
Absolutely.
I never had those discussions as much, only because I had 2 daughters, and most of the visitors were young ladies.
Oh, okay.
So it was just a little different because, some of the subjects are a little sensitive and, when you talk to my daughter about that for, even if it's good information.
We had both. She had a lot of girls and guys because she was a cheerleader. A lot of the basketball players would come over before, after games. My house would be the entertainment spot. And like you said, I'd rather them be at my home opposed to being out somewhere else.
Absolutely.
So they just got into like these little group discussions because, teenagers are a little different now than they were before. So I was happy that they thought I was the cool mom. So since I was the cool mom, I guess it was okay to ask me all these questions, and I appreciate it.
Right, and that's good. That's good to know, and it always is good to have that person that young people can approach because many adults are unapproachable. They put on they make like they never made mistakes, they never did anything, and who's going to approach them? If you never made a mistake, I can't talk to you because I make mistakes every day.
Right, absolutely, me too. So, and they saw that because I would tell them, well, when I was younger, I did this and I did that, and I would use comparisons, and I think that made them even more comfortable, like you said. So, I was the go-to person. So now a lot of them even bought the book and they love it.
Beautiful.
I'm surprised they even read it. I thought they weren't going to read it, but they actually are reading the book.
Beautiful. Now, what type book is Forgotten Pieces? And I guess we gave it away a little bit, but what audience are you trying to reach with your book?
Well, before I launched May 20th, I thought I was just gearing towards teens and young adults. Now, a lot of different age ranges from teens to maybe 60 years old have bought the book. And I thought maybe they was going to give it to their grandkids or something, but they actually read it. And a lot of them said to me, the things that's in the book, they didn't even know. And it helped them so much. So my age range, to answer your question, was really teens and young adults, up to maybe 30. But now it's whoever needs to know the information that I'm supplying for them in the book.
Okay, great. Now, it is a book that gives a lot of information on guiding youngsters through the process of being a youngster.
Correct.
And generally that's called life skills. Skills on, how to deal with life. The ins and outs, relationships, how to deal with that mean teacher, all the kind of stuff that are life skills. Why is it important for teens and young adults to have a guide on life skills?
Well, it's important because now sometimes people think you could just go through life and freelance and not know where you're going. You really have to set goals. Goal setting is very important. You have to set a beginning and an end date to something. Even if it's a daily goal, a weekly goal, a yearly goal, you need some type of format to where you're going in life. You can change the format, but at least you need some general purpose of what it is that you're trying to succeed at. And then you can set your next goal and your next goal, because without that, like I said, you're just wandering around life and you're going to be lost.
Right.
And the next year, you're going to be in the same spot as you were this year because you didn't have any plan of what you were trying to do.
Right. It is very important to have a goal, and I've learned that. I didn't have the benefit of a book, to learn it, but I learned it from a lot of different people that you have to have something to say. Okay, let's say people who are trying to lose weight. I want to lose X number of pounds at a point, so that way did I achieve my goal?
Right.
Do I need to work harder? Those kind of things. So goal setting
you have to have
is
a start date and an end date to a goal. When I talk about divine purpose and things like that, that doesn't have an end date. That's your life's purpose. That's what you're going to do all throughout your whole life. But goals, you have to set them so you can know exactly where you're going, how you're going to get there, what you're going to do when you get there, and even your exit plan once you get there if that's not going to work.
Absolutely. Now, that first chapter is entitled Goal Setting.
Yes.
And why was goal setting so important, a topic that you began this informative book with it?
Well, basically, I began with that because that's how you begin transitioning from a teen to a young adult. You have to know where you're going, how you're going to get there, who's going to be your mentors. Most of the time, it's your parents or someone that's close to you that you feel would be a good inspiration to help you get to higher heights. So all those things are very, very important. You can't, like I said, just float through life. So setting goals, time management, you have to learn how to manage your time. You can't just set your day doing anything and everything. You have to say, I'm doing this because this is going to get me here. So you're constantly working towards your goal, using time management, using your communication skills, using your goal setting. Those three things together, which is what my book starts with, will all help you get to your end result.
Okay, good. Now, what we'll do is we'll take a short break. We do have some more information. I did have the great fortune of reading the book. It's a great book, like you said. I found it an interesting read, and what I can say is that it's very on point. I try to. Most people who know me know that I'm not going to necessarily. Like what they say, if you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything, so I won't say anything. But if I say it, it tends to be true, because they're going to say, well, wait a minute, Paden, you said it was on point.
Wow.
It wasn't on point,
Thank
but the
you.
book is on point. I would recommend it to anyone who has a young person that needs this kind of information, and even a person that is already goal setting, because it's great information. But we'll get into that, and we'll come back. Please stay with us. I don't have to tell you to call someone unless you didn't listen to me. Call someone if you didn't. We'll be right back again. This is very great information, and I'd like you to share it with others. We'll see you in a minute.